Everyone always makes it seem like it's impossible to take your skin from this to this without 100 different products. As you know, I'm always keeping an eye on the latest skincare hacks to find out what actually works. But honestly, it feels like things are constantly getting more and more out of hand. Every day, I see new 20 to 30-step skincare routines. And every once in a while, there's some new miracle product that promises to fix all your skin issues. The second a random influencer pops up and says, "Run, don't walk," we all do. But should we really? We are so obsessed with achieving flawless skin that we just keep piling on more and more. And if the magic potion this one influencer held into the camera doesn't work after 2 days, we are quick to jump on the next thing, completely neglecting the fact that no one's skin can handle all that. If you're suffering from acne, itchy, irritated skin, redness, or uneven texture, you likely damaged your skin barrier from all the different products you've tried out over time. So I decided to take one for the team and do all the real research myself. The first thing I found out, a lot of people online are lying to you, and brands pay a lot of money to create hypes around their products. The second thing I found out, healing your skin barrier and finally getting healthy, glowy skin is a lot easier than you think. And in this video, I'm going to show you how. This is what your skin actually looks like under a microscope. The top 5 layers together make up the epidermis, while the deeper layer you see here is the dermis, something most of us are familiar with. But what really matters to us is this outer layer of skin called the stratum corneum. This is what we mean when we talk about the skin barrier. It has no living cells and consists of dead skin cells, fatty acids, ceramide, and cholesterol. That's why it's really great at keeping moisture in and acting as a shield for your skin against stuff like bacteria or dirt. If the skin barrier is weakened or even damaged, it can't protect your skin as well, leading to annoying reactions like dryness, acne, itching, tingling, and uneven texture. When your skin barrier is healthy, it does a pretty good job at protecting your skin. But unfortunately, many very common practices can destroy it. Your skin feeling squeaky clean might not always be for the best. By exfoliating too often, you can damage your skin's protective barrier very quickly. And the worst thing is, you won't even realize it. If your skin is healthy, try to exfoliate no more than twice a week. Active ingredients are great, and I love them too. But way too many people think more is more, when in reality, you can hurt your skin pretty badly if you don't know what you're doing. Retinoids, acids, and vitamin serums don't have to go in your skin daily. It should definitely be avoided altogether when you're trying to heal your skin barrier. Here's a short list of actives that are best to avoid for a while. Sun rays, washing your face with either really cold or hot water, sleeping on dirty pillowcases, and having a bad diet all contribute to a weakened skin barrier. But once you know what's damaging your skin barrier, healing it becomes even more important. I know having a cute 10-step routine is fun, but skincare isn't just for aesthetics. Put all your fancy little serums, vitamins, retinol, and any other actives far away, just for now. I'm not asking you to throw away your skincare, but if your skin barrier is already weakened or even damaged, you have to prioritize healing it before reintroducing any additional products. So the first step is to simplify your routine and give your skin the time it needs to heal. I've already talked about what habits you should avoid to heal your skin barrier, but the ingredients you put on your skin matter just as much. If it has a strong scent, put it back on the shelf. Fragrances aren't natural, and the chemicals used to create that rose or peach scent will just end up irritating your skin. Alcohols like ethanol and isopropyl show up in all kinds of products, but they're super drying. When you're trying to heal your skin barrier, staying moisturized is key. Lastly, harsh acids like glycolic acid and lactic acids. Try as much as possible to stay away from intense skin procedures like chemical exfoliants or UV treatments, unless recommended directly by a dermatologist.
Easy!
Now that half of the products in your Sephora wish list are no longer eligible, here's what you actually need. When you're in the healing phase, look for soothing ingredients like oat extract, aloe vera, allantoin, panthenol, and shea butter. They help calm irritation, lock in moisture, and support the skin barrier. A simple routine with a hydrating cleanser, toner, moisturizer, and sunscreen is all your skin needs to heal. If you have dry skin, stick to a hydrating cream-based non-foaming cleanser. Your skin's already dry and irritated, so the last thing you want is a harsh cleanser stripping away what little moisture you've got left. If you have oily skin, a gentle foaming or gel-based cleanser works best for you. Look for one with soothing ingredients like aloe, panthenol, or green tea to keep oil in check without stripping your skin. This one is packed with great ingredients for oily skin. And for sensitive skin, you need to stay away not only from fragrances, but from any possible allergens as well. Try out gentle cleansers that are hydrating and contain soothing ingredients like oatmeal and ceramide, like this one. When it comes to moisturizers, look for healing ingredients like ceramides and essential fatty acids. The goal is to heal your skin barrier, so you need a moisturizer that feeds these essential ingredients to your skin while keeping it hydrated for better healing. You can use any moisturizer that meets those requirements. But since I know you'll be asking in the comments, this one works well. And if you still want to take things a step further after a while, healing ointments are a great starting point. Look for healing formulas with zinc oxide or witch hazel. But remember to introduce these products slowly and always keep an eye out for any red flag ingredients I've mentioned before. Lastly, sunscreen. Without protection from your skin barrier, those sun rays can hit the more sensitive layers of your skin, causing dehydration, irreparable discoloration, and sun damage. Sunscreen has to be your best friend while healing your barrier and after. Once you get this basic routine right, there are a couple of things that will take your skin from -10 to 100. Your hands carry all sorts of bacteria, and when you're in the healing phase, it's best to keep those nasty germs away. Don't touch your face and don't pop those pimples. Paying a little extra attention to your towel is a non-negotiable. By using a dirty towel, you're just bringing back all the bacteria you just cleansed off. Don't do that. This one is basic, but I feel like I still have to mention it. Be gentle with your face. Rubbing or scrubbing too hard can lead to irritation and redness, especially without your protective barrier in place. Now, I know I mentioned this in every single video, but it's because drinking water is the solution to so many issues, and it's directly connected to your skin. If your body lacks moisture, there's no moisturizer on earth that can save you from dry, flaky skin and a weakened skin barrier. Drink your water and give your skin the time it needs to heal. But once you've healed your skin barrier, you need to introduce a gentle skincare routine that won't weaken it again. Otherwise, all the effort you've put into healing your skin goes to waste. Check out my simple go-to skincare routine that helped me achieve glass skin here.